Hey, JC Miller with Cross Plus Outdoors. Hey, today we're going to talk about a couple kits that we're building. We build a bunch of custom kits. It depends on the person who calls in and wants a certain kit. Um, we build them based on, I'll give you an example, uh, based on my aunt who called in, and she's in Florida. They just had a bad hurricane come through. And, she's pretty prepared. She's lived there a long time, but there's a lot of things that she's missing from her kid. And I was sitting there talking to her about it. And I said, well, do you have some way to start fire? Or do you have some way to boil water? Or do you have some spare water laying around? And when they get a warning on the storm and they're ready to start relocating and stuff like that, sure, they have a lot of that stuff, but I learned that she didn't have everything. So I told her, I'm going to build you a kit. And granted, this is a small one for compared to what she would need back then, but I'm building her a kit to send back, and it's basically going to be in a bag that she could just have in her car all the time. But there's a lot of people out there who don't know, and a lot of people out there who don't have the time to build a kit. So that's what we're going to be talking about in our kit series here. And again, this is by no means what I've come up with. This is something that I've learned, but at the same time, you have to be able to listen to what others need and be able to build a kit accordingly. This one here is what I call a pocket kit. And I actually learned a pocket kit just recently from Westwind Survival. Check them out on YouTube, Westwind Survival. They made a good comment. We have our packs and stuff like that, and you take off with your pack and you're good, everything's in your pack. All of a sudden you get separated from your pack and you have nothing in your pockets except maybe your pocket dump. I got a pretty extensive pocket dump, but it's mainly tools. It doesn't, there's no commodities in there at all, which I mean by commodities, first aid, matches, anything of that nature, there's nothing in there. So he already says, break your kits down. Put some in your pocket. That way you always have something. So through some of our leather videos we're going to do, and I wear a lot of cargo pants at times, mainly on the weekend, not so much during the week. But you can slip a kit like this. You can see with the length, the depth. You could carry this right in your pocket. So that's kind of what this is. So let's jump into this here. We've got a couple Ranger bands that hold it together. I put Ranger bands on everything, and really they're just bike tire inner tubes. You could order them off of eBay, you could order them off of Amazon. I've done both. I've also taken an old bike tire and cut it up into strips. These are about, let's say 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch wide. They're about 1.5 inches. They expand to, but they go right around this tin. But this tin here has it's a clear lid. Usually there's going to be a Cross Plus Outdoor sticker on there, but for this case here, we wanted to keep it clear so you can see what's inside of it. But it's a nice little kit. Let's go through it here real quick. Let's move some of this off to the side. But we've got some alcohol prep pads in here. You're always going to need something like that to clean out your wounds. So we carry, I think it's about 4 of them we carry in there. So alcohol prep pads. We carry a sting relief pad. These are great to have. As a matter of fact, Dakota and I were on a hike a while back, and she ran into some, I don't know what it was, and I pulled one of these pads out, threw it on it real quick, and it kept her from itching until we got back to camp, and she was able to put some other stuff on there. But anyways, it includes one of these sting relief pads here. You always want to have a medicine of your choice. I wouldn't include this in the kit because I have to open a bottle, but you could add, and what I would do is I would send you the little Ziploc bag there, but you could put Tylenol, ibuprofen, whatever your choice is for headaches or aches or something like that. I choose Tylenol, so that's what's in here is Tylenol. I've got 12 or 14 of them in there, but they're in a little pack, so really good to carry. These are on top because we use them. We include 4 Band-Aids, 2 small ones and 2 large ones. I'm not going to open it up, but again, they're in a little bag. That's why they're separated. This is not an extensive first aid kit. This is just a kit, just something you can carry around and get you out of trouble. You're always going to get cuts and bruises and stuff on you while you're working. So anyways, this has 4 Band-Aids, 2 large and 2 small in there. We have ourselves some little handy wipes. You're probably not going to be concerned about cleaning your hands, but maybe after a couple of days you're going to be concerned about cleaning yourself up. And these are just two little hand wipes. Good little wipes. They fold out about yay big. And anyways, good to carry are some little hand wipes. Biofreeze. These are great little packets to house. And I apologize. I'm looking down my other camera. Make sure I'm getting this in the frame. But these are Biofreeze. I've got a sore back quite a bit from years and years of construction. So these are really good. Just rub on it. Carry one of these in these kits. You wouldn't believe how many times I've used this. I have to come home and replenish the kit with a Biofreeze. They make these in roll-on. Also, I have these at the home, but these are great just for portable kits. In this little package here, let's go ahead and tear this apart because I'm sure everybody's going to want to see what's in. Again, I use a lot of these little Ziploc little bags. They work really well. Pack a lot of stuff in. You don't want a bunch of loose items in them. They'll fall over the place when you're trying to open your kit. One, we have 2 tablets of Pepto-Bismol. Use them all the time. Constantly break it into them. Put those off to the side. We've got a little sunscreen lotion here. You'd be surprised. The other day I was out in the sun. Dakota looks at me, she goes, "You're getting a sunburn." I said, "Okay." And that was about it. But you want to know, one of these packs goes a long ways when you're in the sun and you need to protect yourself. You should always have a hat. You should always carry something to cover your face or your arms or your hands with. But if you don't, then you got yourself a little sunscreen. Shrimp out of bag. Triple antibiotic ointment. Sorry about that. This is really good to have in case you got a little boob or something like. You can spread that on. I always carry chapstick with me, always. But in case you don't have chapstick, we have a little lip balm in there. Put that right on your lips. Always get dry lips, especially out here in the desert. Anti-itch cream. Again, something that Dakota's used before. I've used before. Sometimes you get yourself a little itch. Nice to put some cream on, just kind of relieve it. Get you through a couple days. Insect repellent. In our larger kits, we always carry insect repellent, but this is really good to have. You never know what condition you're going to end up in, or the climate changes and a bunch of bugs and mosquitoes come out, but it's just a little packet to get you by. First aid burn cream. I probably burn myself a lot just because of the way I handle fires and stuff like that. You kind of get yourself caught in there. Nice just to put a cream on and get a little relief and stuff like that, but a little burn ointment. And then a little skin lotion. I probably get harped at from Dakota a lot to use skin lotion. I don't, but this little package you can just throw in there. Anyways, just something simple stuff to get you by for a few days. So that's that little package there. Let's go on to some of the fire starting stuff here. I like to put a little fat wood shavings in there, if you can see that. And let me turn the package around. It's got little shavings in there. Again, a lot of people go, "Why would you need that? Just go out in the woods." Not everyone lives in the woods. We live in the desert. There's nothing more than bushes that are 2 foot high. They have a lot of moisture content in them. They don't burn very easy, so it's nice to have something to get your fire started. It's extremely important. Fire support. It's one of the top 4s, right? Yeah. Water, shelter, fire, food. First thing I would go after would be a shelter, and second thing would be fire. As soon as you get fire, you'd be able to cook your food, you'd be able to boil your water, and then food and water being one of your last resources. But anyways, have some shavings. Here I put together a little kit here that is fire starter. It's like sawdust, but you see that there. It's just something that another resource. You always want to have redundant fire starting means. Don't let anybody say, oh, you need this, you only need this. You need 3-4 layers. You don't know what you're going to run into. You don't know whether you're going to run into. You don't know the direction you're going to go. I could be sitting in the desert tomorrow. I could be in elevation 8,000 feet in the mountains, and I need something to be able to start my fire. It's completely wet up there. It's completely snowy, and at least I have something dry and ready to start a fire. So another redundant item there. We do carry a little bit of jute cord, if you can see that. I've got it wrapped in a little bit of electrical tape just to keep it bundled up. Jute cord's really good. You can fray it apart, pull it apart, and you can use this for fire. You can use it to tie things. You can use it for a ton of things. Always remember, all your items, your kit, don't just serve one purpose. They serve 2 or multiple purposes. So always remember that. But this is jute cord. Cheap by the dollar store, Walmart, anything like that. This little bit of fire starter. We did a video on this earlier on Instagram at Cross+ Outdoors on Instagram. But this is just a little bit of fiber that we came up with. Got a little bit of oil in there. Very generic. Throw it in here. It works extremely well. It ignites with a ferro rod. It ignites with a Bic lighter, matches, any type of fire starting methods. But this is really good to get your fire quickly started and then ignite some other resource and able to keep your fire going. Always, always, always carry some foil with you. Always fold up foil. If you have wet ground, you can always use this to start your fire. You use this to gather water. Again, this unfolds probably about 36 by 36. I've got it all folded up. I won't unfold it all the way. I always keep this in every single kit that we have. Very, very useful in many ways. Reflective material source for signaling, whatever the needs may be. One thing we do carry always among a Bic lighter are UCO matches. These are stormproof matches. They work extremely well in adverse conditions. I always carry a lighter in my pocket. Always, always, always. That or Zippo. But always carry some UCO stormproof matches. They could start in almost any condition when you get to the Stormproof or Titan series. We're going to talk about that more. Just make sure you carry that. Always carry a little thing of wet fire. Wet fires, really, really good. They do have a shelf life though. They got about a year shelf life. They go bad after a while, but essentially this is a glorified cotton ball impregnated with wax, oils. We're going to do a video on this, but you would break it apart. This is very inexpensive, easy to get to. I like to carry cotton and Vaseline with us all the time, but this is in a protective package. We also carry these. This is for someone who doesn't have time to make cotton and Vaseline, but you can buy these in a little box of 8. They're not that expensive, $4 or $5, and throw right in your kit. Other type of measures to carry, I carry about 20 foot of Kevlar nylon string. It's pretty heavy duty string. Always carry something like that. You can use it for lashing, tie downs. Essentially people go, I carry paracord. Well, again, in this tin, we're not dealing with a lot of room, so we're going to carry a little bit of string to be able to tie things down. Also, you can carry, sorry about that, you can carry a little bit of galvanized wire. This is about 3 foot long. You can use this for snare traps, you can use it for tie down. Use it for a lot of things, even the nylon string you can use for shoelaces, anything that breaks, stitching, anything like that. Same way with this, but galvanized wire, galvanized. It doesn't rust unless it's in adverse conditions. I also carry about 24 inches of Gorilla duct tape. I fold it down into 2-inch long, 2-inch long rectangular shapes. This is really good. You're going to use this in a lot of areas. You can use fire tinder. You can use to tape things down. Don't use it for first aid. It's the worst thing you could do. You'll upset a paramedic or anything of that nature. So try not to use it to bandage things up. But anyways, 24 inches of Gorilla duct tape. The other thing we use, talk about drinking water here. extremely important. These we would just carry in our pack. They're little 4-ounce pouches. We do have these in our kits if people recommend them. They're really good because they have about a 5-year shelf life on them. But anyways, for water, we would use water tablets. And unfortunately, I don't have them with me, so I apologize for that. But we also carry in our tin a coffee filter. You just want to use a coffee filter to be able to filter water. Okay, get all the sediment and stuff out of there. Always boil your water though, just to make sure. But this could be used to filter your water and so forth like that. Not a ton of water resources in this kit, just a few, but that's all you need. As we get into bigger kits, we could have more. Again, you can see this tin. It's not that big, okay? But this is something like Westwind Survival said, you can just throw it right into your pocket, and you'll be able to, if you lose your bag, you'll be able to have a little bit of resources. We're going to make this tin into different types of tins. We're going to make them part of a leather kit. We're going to make them part of a round tin. We're going to make them part of a nylon sheath, but we're going to make them in a variety of shape, sizes, and material. But I do like the tins. You could put a lot in them. You could throw them right into your cargo pants if you wanted to. I have troop spec cargo pants that I wear every weekend. I really like them, and I don't go without a kit. I hope this helped. Again, we'd like to share. If you have any feedback, please leave it in the comments. If you like this video, please like. If you like what we're doing, please subscribe. And like I said in the other video, if I can't answer it, I know someone who can, and whether I share that content or I just forward that video to you, I will. So hope you enjoyed this, and have a good night.